It's not clocking to you that we're talking about pop culture.
You're not getting it. It's not clocking to you. It's not clocking to you that I'm standing on business, is it?
The year is coming to a close, so I thought now would be the perfect time to talk about my favorite pop culture moments of 2025. I know a lot of people make these types of videos, but I wanted to make one that's more specific to some things that I specifically liked, enjoyed, or found funny that happened over this past year. So some of these things might be a little bit more niche, but that's okay because I'm going to be explaining. And if you're not a person that's well versed in pop culture, I will take your hand and guide you on this journey as we talk about some of the best moments that happened over the past year. I also want to make a little note that there's just certain things that I do not want to talk about. Either I didn't find them fun or funny, or I think they are way too overdone, were way too talked about enough already this year, and those things should be put to rest. So I will not be talking about Labubu's. I will not be talking about the performative male epidemic. I will not be talking about Katy Perry going to space. I will not be talking about Taylor Swift's engagement or the life of a showgirl. And I will not be talking about the CEO cheating scandal at the Coldplay concert. So with all that being said, let's get on into my personal favorite pop culture moments of 2025 in no particular order.
Madam Marble flip it around, Wicked Witch.
Yeah. Actually, I think for Madam Marble, it just went from to WW, Wicked Witch. Madam Marble, flip it around, Wicked Witch. Who is truly the Wicked Witch? WW, WW, flip it around, Wicked Witch.
Starting off, we have Madam Marble, flip it around, Wicked Witch. I know this is a little bit more recent, so maybe it's going to have a quick come and go, but I wanted to talk about it because I think it is so exceptionally hilarious. This comes from the Wicked movie, obviously. Michelle Yeoh on the Wicked press tour. I guess she came up with this herself, or somebody has informed her that Wicked Witch. And she is just so incredibly excited and delighted by this that she will bring it up at every interview, on every late night show, at every red carpet. And honestly, it never gets old. So she's absolutely correct in doing this all the time. I love Michelle Yeoh's excitement for this little tidbit, and I just love saying it. Also, everybody jumping in and joining on this trend has been so fun. And while I'm talking about this moment, I also have to give a little honorable mention to Cynthia Erivo's press tour reactions. This year, we have gotten so many great GIFs and memes that stem from Cynthia Erivo simply having a very expressive face. She is so a theater kid, and we know this because she just gives such great expressions that can be used time and time again for so many different memes, and I'm eating it up every time. She's really become the icon of the internet currently because every single meme or joke seems to include a Cynthia Erivo reaction gif. So I got to give some credit to the queen herself.
Watching you, sweet John Valjean, Brad, love for Brad, 24601.
This next thing might be a little more niche. If you're not on the theater people side of TikTok, you might not have seen this, but there's this guy, Joey Moreau, that started doing impressions of Hugh Jackman singing, and his impression is so spot on. It is absolutely so funny every time because this guy will just sing popular songs in the voice of Hugh Jackman. He also replaces the lyrics to be about Hugh Jackman things, like he'll throw in a loaf of bread in there, he'll throw in a Wolverine in there. The thing is, it's funny every time. It's funny every time. It should absolutely not still be funny at this point, but it is. So something about this guy and his impression, I will be watching every single time. I'm still not tired of it yet. Maybe next year I will be tired of it, but as of right now, this guy has been an icon of my year. Next up, I gotta mention the movie Sinners. The movie Sinners really had a moment this year. They were kind of the movie of the summer for me. I know a lot of people were going to see Superman this summer, and I thought Superman was great, but there's just something so fun about a movie that's an original idea and getting something that feels like fresh and new, and that's not a remake or a sequel or some kind of movie based off of some intellectual property. People had so much fun going to see Sinners. Vampires are so back. They gave us 2 Michael B. Jordans, and I haven't seen an aspect ratio change that good since the Catching Fire movie. Sinners really has it all. They were a moment, and I'm not surprised that a lot of people are saying it's one of their favorite movies of the year. Next up, we have the Louvre heist, the Louvre robbery. Now, the Louvre heist and robbery itself, not as exciting, but the internet's reaction to the Louvre heist and robbery is really what this is. The people dressing up as the Louvre robbers for Halloween, people romanticizing robbing the Louvre to the song of Robbers by the 1975. All of the Louvre robbery memes to come out during the time of the Louvre heist was so funny. One of my personal favorites though is there's this guy named Jake Amazing who writes random songs about stuff. He wrote a song about the 2 guys that robbed the Louvre. It was absolutely hilarious. It went viral, and then it turns out the pictures that he used when he was singing the song, and he was singing a song about specifically those 2 guys in the picture, were not actually the guys that robbed the Louvre, and one of the guys in the picture is actually sadly passed away now. So he had to come out with another song, basically retracting his statement and apologizing for saying that these 2 guys robbed the Louvre, although they didn't. And the second song, the apology, was almost even funnier than the first song about the 2 guys that robbed the Louvre.
We found those dudes, but I'm grateful for this visual. Still me, feel me, love me, do me. The 2 good dudes we thought robbed the Louvre actually didn't rob the Louvre after all. Feel me, love me, oopsie.
And this whole situation of the Jake Amazing song and then Jake Amazing's second song, Apology, has to be one of the funniest things to happen in relation to the Louvre robbery. Next up, we have Harry Styles running marathons in secret. This was such a fun thing to follow this year, as the first time people saw Harry Styles running in a marathon and being so confused, like, is that Harry Styles? Obviously, Harry Styles is a pretty private guy, so he hasn't said or talked much about his marathon running, but people noticed that he ran the Tokyo Marathon, I believe, and then later on in the year, he also ran the Berlin Marathon, so now he's 2 marathons in 1 year, and everyone is just shocked to see that he's doing a whole side quest as a marathon runner. Also, apparently he finished the Berlin Marathon in under 3 hours, which also stemmed this whole theory online of people speculating if Harry Styles is trying to get a 6-star medal, which is a special prize for people that run in the top 6 marathons in the world, and 2 of those marathons include Tokyo and Berlin. Also, it's the fact that he finished in under 3 hours, and a lot of people think that he's trying to qualify for more marathons in order to go for the 6-star medal. So I think the 6-star medal theory is very interesting, but a lot of people are upset that this man is doing a marathon running side quest and not in the studio writing songs. Honestly, I don't care. I much rather artists write songs that are going to be good than just be shoveling out a new album every year that's mediocre. So if Harry Styles wants to do a marathon running side quest, I totally support it. But a lot of people were speculating what other marathons he might be running, and it was funny to see people show up to the New York Marathon with signs for Harry Styles to see, just in case he happened to be running it. He did not, by the way, but I do like following the theories. I do like this 6-star medal theory, and honestly, if he is doing that, I think that is so fun and so funny. And I do like people showing up to these big marathons with signs for Harry to see, just in case he might happen to be running another marathon in secret. So Harry Styles' marathon running in 2025 was just a funny, fun pop culture moment, in my opinion. This would not be a fun pop culture video if I didn't talk about the advertisement that took over the world, the Cat's Eye Gap jeans ad. And now you might be thinking, Maria, why are we talking about an advertisement? I hate commercials. I do hate commercials, but the way I watched this commercial over and over again, because it's just so good. I don't know what to say. When the world needed them most, they came and they served. In the most dire situation coming out of the Sydney Sweeney American Eagle jeans ad debacle, just a terrible ad, mind you, with terrible intentions behind the ad, no matter how much they say or not say that that wasn't their intentions. Cat's Eye came in to save the day by doing this Gap ad to the song Milkshake. The dance is just so unique and iconic to this specific ad, it feels like, and it's just so fun. I love Cat's Eye. Early on, I saw a video of them doing a dance break at their concert, and they're just so good. Every girl gets her own moment. Their dancing is amazing. Their singing is amazing. Honestly, I don't know how they do it. And this jeans ad feels like it highlights Cat's Eye in such a great way, as they all have separate styles but all look amazing, and they also all get their moment to kind of shine in the dance. And I was mesmerized by this, as were a lot of people, because a lot of people online were recreating this iconic dance, and it's just so fun. I mean, every time I see somebody doing the you know what they're referencing. It's so fun. It's so fun. Honestly, I hate companies and I hate commercials, but I will stand by this commercial because Cat's Eye. Speaking of dances that kind of took over in 2025, I have to highlight this moment of Molly Long's pop music dance kind of going viral and everybody doing it. It was just so fun. Molly Long is another choreographer that has her own specific unique style that's very different from a lot of the choreography you see at dance competitions around the country. So this dance that she choreographed for this group of girls kind of blew up and had a moment. It's to the song Pop Music. And then suddenly everybody was trying to do this choreography. I swear, every time I hopped online, I saw at least one video of somebody doing this dance. And I think the reason people really like this dance is because the choreography seems so fun and unique, and the style is just different than what you see every day online and at dance competitions. People had fun doing this dance, although I will say, because the dance blew up and everybody was doing it, then I would scroll past the video and the person would be a little bit late on the pop music part, and suddenly everybody in the comments is Abby Lee Miller telling the person that they did the dance wrong, which was crazy. But it's kind of funny that people saw this dance so many times that everybody feels like they can criticize the choreography, or everybody feels like they know whether somebody is doing the choreography correctly. And for quite a few months, this dance was the dance of social media.
It's not clocking to you that I'm standing on business, is it?
Now, of course, I have to talk about the "It's Not Clocking to You That I'm Standing on Business" by Justin Bieber, just because it's funny, guys. It's so funny. I know this moment happened months ago. I still say it's not clocking to you that I'm standing on business. It's just such a funny thing to say. But this stems from a video of paparazzi bothering Justin Bieber, and Justin Bieber rightfully fed up. As much as there are things that I am not on Justin Bieber's side for instance, like the way he treats his wife, I am on his side in this moment, as I think paparazzi need to be stopped. But it's just funny that he would say this in such a serious moment. He is so angry, but he's saying a phrase that sounds somewhat silly. I know we shouldn't be laughing because he was going through it in this moment. He was rightfully angry, but it's so funny that he said that. Then later on in the year, he will try to capitalize off this moment by releasing a song called Standing on Business. I can see why he's doing it. Like, he's trying to capitalize off of his meme, but the meme still stands as being more of a moment than the Standing on Business song. But I had to mention Standing on Business because for me, it is one of the phrases of 2025. Next, I gotta talk about girls dressing up as Alexander Hamilton. This trend was so funny to me because there's a lot of talk about men that really hate their wives and men that really can't stand their wives, men that want to escape their wives. And I think the character Alexander Hamilton from the musical Hamilton, probably in real life too, he really does not like his wife. And a lot of people find the song Best of Wives and Best of Women funny because it seems like Alexander Hamilton really just wants to get away from his wife. So girls were online dressing up in Founding Fathers costumes. How does every girl own a Founding Fathers period piece outfit? I don't know, but it's hilarious. They were painting beards on their face so they look like specifically Lin-Manuel Miranda's version of Hamilton, and they were escaping out windows, out dog doors. I saw a girl ride away on a jet ski. I saw a girl ride away on a kayak. They were escaping their wives to the song Best of Wives and Best of Women. Some of these girls, their impressions of Lin-Manuel Miranda's Hamilton hating his wife is so funny. And every video I saw, I had a nice little giggle. Also, I think this moment was especially fun because there's this comedian online, Ashby, who does a lot of different characters. And she kind of became almost the face of this movement as her videos were some of the funniest. She has great facial expressions. Because of this popularity, she was actually invited to a Hamilton premiere and she got to interview Lin, and Lin knew who she was. So it was kind of a nice full circle moment. Overall, the Best of Wives and Best of Women, girls dressing up like Lin-Manuel Miranda's Alexander Hamilton, were so funny. I love everybody that participated in this trend. Thank you for your service. Now I am so excited to discuss the Pope Crave becoming press for the real life conclave. And this might be a little bit more of a niche moment, so let me explain. Basically, last year, the movie Conclave came out. It's got a lot of hype around award season time. I really enjoyed this movie personally. I am a Conclave stan. I'm a Conclave truther and a Conclave supporter. So, of course, I come across this Twitter account called Pope Crave, also known as @ClubConclave. And they're basically a Twitter account that posted memes about the movie Conclave, but they especially got popular during award season because they were posting memes, but also reacting to Oscars news and all this stuff going on. It's basically a fan account about a movie. It's a fan account about a movie where a bunch of old guys pretend to be cardinals and are choosing a new pope. So then in the year 2025, suddenly we have to have a new conclave, a new pope selection. And of course, Pope Crave was, making memes and tweeting about it because this movie came out, there's this fan account, and now it's happening in real life. Suddenly, it's like the Pope Crave account became some people's main source of actual conclave news, which was so funny to me. People were finding out stuff that was happening during the real Pope selection process by a movie fan account. I mean, the memes were funny, but they were also reporting real news about the choosing of the next pope. It was hilarious. And it all stemmed to them having an actual real correspondent on the ground in the Vatican, taking pictures and interviewing people and stuff and telling us what was happening, giving us perspective from somebody who was there, which is so funny. So a movie fan account that mostly posted memes and their love for a movie turning into a source that people went to find news about the actual conclave. Absolutely hilarious. You can't make this stuff up. I love Club Conclave. I love Pope Crave. because I think they're hilarious, but also they've been using their platform that they built to raise money for really good charities and stuff. So I just love how all of this stuff stemmed from somebody being a huge fan of a random movie. Next, I have to mention Rachel Zegler in Evita in the West End. This was a moment that I specifically was obsessed with. So basically, they revived the musical Evita in the West End at the London Palladium this year, and Rachel Zegler was the star, the titular role. And in this specific take on Evita, they decided to have the moment in which Rachel Zegler would sing probably the most recognizable, the most known song from the musical. If you don't know the musical Evita, surely you've probably heard Don't Cry for Me, Argentina. So they took the most popular song and probably the biggest moment of the musical, and they had Rachel Zegler not perform to the audience in the London Palladium that went to see her, but every day she was performing out on the balcony to the streets of London, to which in the previews when they started doing this and Rachel Zegler started singing live out on the balcony, suddenly now they had huge crowds of people showing up hours early to get a good spot to hear Rachel Zegler sing one song. And that, I believe, is how talented and iconic Rachel Zegler is. I truly think she is one of the most talented people of this generation. Her voice is absolutely incredible. And there's a reason why people were showing up in the masses hours early every single day to listen to Rachel Zegler sing one song. And she killed it every time. She has one of the best voices I've ever heard. Truly, I love Rachel Zegler. I hope she does a lot more amazing things, because some movies she's been in lately have not been it. But her Evita performance, absolutely incredible. The amount of videos I saw of Rachel Zegler singing Don't Cry for Me, Argentina almost every day, and I saw it from every single angle, and I still never got tired of it. It was truly a moment, and I had to highlight it in this video. Next, I gotta talk about the article that swept the world. The Having a Boyfriend is Embarrassing Vogue article by Shantae Joseph. Now, this was such an interesting moment in 2025 because when's the last time you ever remember everybody you know talking about an article? It was so crazy. People were reading an article. Now, I know not everybody read the article because there was a lot of discourse to come out of this article, and it was clearly people that saw the title, took the title and ran with it to make some kind of counter argument. But for the people that actually read the article and did think pieces on it, I saw other girls making videos about it. I saw girls validating the article and their own experiences with why they don't want to post their boyfriends online. Truly, what a time. I personally think this article was so interesting, and I loved hearing different people's perspectives on how they either relate or don't relate to the article. And I just like what the article has put out there about how women don't really need to center their entire personality around a man, around having a boyfriend anymore. And it's actually more fun for women to just be their own selves online, and having a boyfriend is embarrassing now. So we truly won. People are reading again, and a lot of people wanted to talk about this particular trend in culture for women, and I find it so interesting how the article is kind of validating, and I think that's so fun.
My name is Mr. Fantasy, and I am here to pursue the big dream.
Now, I gotta mention Mr. Fantasy because I love a good bit, and I love somebody who stays committed to the bit. So Mr. Fantasy is basically an alter ego persona by the popular actor of Riverdale fame, KJ Apa. And KJ Apa has created an almost Hannah Montana alter ego of himself. He puts on a wig, he does a British accent, and he puts in fake teeth, and he makes music under the name Mr. Fantasy, except KJ Appa has never admitted to actually being Mr. Fantasy. He is fully committed to the bit, and I'm here for it every time. When Mr. Fantasy first came out, there were a lot of people that didn't believe that it was KJ Appa, even though it looked exactly like KJ Appa. And then there were all these conspiracy theories on why it is or isn't KJ Appa, but it is most definitely confirmed to be KJ Appa, since the tattoos on Mr. Fantasy perfectly match KJ Appa's tattoos. But if you didn't already know by his face, KJ Appa is Mr. Fantasy, and he has this whole alter ego. He's so committed to the bit, and I love somebody who is committed to the bit. He performed at the Macy's Thanksgiving Parade, and a lot of people might be so confused. Who is this guy? He's Mr. Fantasy. He has 3 songs. One of the songs is called Mr. Fantasy, and if next year we come to find out that this whole Mr. Fantasy bit was just KJ Appa promoting some movie where he's doing a mockumentary about a fake pop star, I'd totally be here for it. In general, I am here for Mr. Fantasy. I love a good bit. What can I say?
Ellie, cacao is the bean. It's what chocolate is made of.
The cake is my one thing, and you said each of us get one thing.
Lastly, I have to mention Jeremiah memes. This year, the Summer I Turned Pretty kind of took over everything. Everybody was talking about it. Are you Team Conrad or Team Jeremiah or Team Nobody? I made a video on the love triangle of the Summer I Turned Pretty if you want to check that out later. But I think one of the best things to come out of this year is everybody hating on the character Jeremiah, as Jeremiah really gets worse and worse as season 3 goes on. And it is just so funny for everybody to come together to collectively hate on something. And it's especially fun knowing that we're not hating on a real person, we're hating on a fictional character, so it feels okay. As somebody who likes to hate things sometimes, I thought it was so fun. The people hating on Jeremiah, the people doing interpretive dances to cacao is the bean. Absolutely hilarious. I'm here for it. There's this one mom, Tina, who watched The Summer I Turned Pretty. She hated Jeremiah, but I think my favorite has to be the Jeremiah, Jera Wonka, Willy Wonka memes. I love it. As a certified person who sometimes likes to hate things, I can get on board with everybody collectively hating the same thing simply because it's a fictional character. It's not a real person, so it's fun to hate. Now I'm going to do a little bit of a speed round of honorable mentions just to get a few more things into this video. So one being the Andy Samberg versus Frisbee Myers beef, which is Andy Samberg having beef with Seth Meyers' dog Frisbee. In a sad and funny turn of events, Frisbee actually passed away this year, R.I.P. Queen, but she passed away on Andy Samberg's birthday, which unleashed the internet to make a lot more jokes about the situation. R.I.P. Queen. Also, honorable mention to Hacks, because I love Hacks. They kind of swept a little bit at the Emmys, with both Jean Smart and Hannah Einbiter winning for their roles and getting the recognition they deserve. Also, honorable mention to the Superman press tour. I don't think I got to say any more. The speculations that these 3 main actors were having a challengers type situation because they all seemed like they were in love was so funny to me. Also, honorable mention to Doechie's Grammy performance. She kind of was the moment. Also, honorable mention to Sabrina Carpenter's Juno arrest and role model Sally's. Watching celebrities try and dance to Sally is so funny, but also Miss Piggy being arrested at the Sabrina Carpenter concert sounds like a Mad Lib, but it happened in 2025 and we had a fun time. So that is 2025 in pop culture as according to me. Let me know in the comments. I would love to hear what are the highlights of other people's years. So if you like this video, please give it a like, leave me a comment, click on my channel to check out some of my other stuff. And if you like my other stuff, be sure to subscribe to my channel so you always know when I post a new video. And with all that being said, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.